Hello, this is Janila, the person behind Crafty Crochet Castle, and in this video, I'll show you how to crochet the school bus. This is a beginner-friendly tutorial and I will be explaining the stitches and the different techniques used in detail. I hope you will crochet this along with me. To crochet the school bus, I'm using 100% acrylic worsted weight yarn in gray, yellow, red, and black, and you would need a tiny amount of yarn in orange and white to embroider the details on the bus. You can use any yarn for this project as gauge is not a critical factor, but make sure to choose a hook that is 1 or 2 sizes smaller than the recommended hook for your yarn weight, and you would need another hook as well, which is 2 sizes smaller than the first hook that you choose. So for this project, I'm using a 4.5 mm and a 3.5 mm crochet hook. You would also need scissors, yarn needle, at least 2 stitch markers, and to embroider the details on the bus, I'm using a black embroidery thread and needle. You can replace this with black yarn as well. You would also need polyester fiber fill. The details of these materials are in the description box below. I have crocheted this school bus with acrylic worsted weight yarn, and when you crochet them with a bigger yarn, this is Bernat Blanket Yarn, the bus is much bigger. The bus crocheted with Bernat Blanket Yarn and a 7 mm crochet hook measures about 12 inches long and 5 inches tall. The bus crocheted with worsted weight yarn and a 4.5 mm crochet hook measures about 6.5 inches long and is about 2.5 inches tall. Let's get started working on the pattern. We will be crocheting the bus first. So I'm taking my yellow yarn and we'll start our project by doing a slip knot. There are many different ways to do a slip knot. You can use your most preferred one. So to do a slip knot, take your yarn and wrap it around your 2 fingers and cross it over at the point where the yarn meets. Next, pinch at this point and take this little loop out. Now insert your hook inside the loop, yarn over and bring a loop. This is from the skein end. So once when you have this loop, grab the tail and pull it tight. So there we have formed a slip knot. Now let's adjust the tension of the loop on the hook. So to do so, just grab the tail and the yarn and pull it tight. Now the loop on the hook will be of the correct tension. Make sure it's not too loose or not too tight, and your hook should be able to move freely. Now let's start working on our chains. So we'll be doing 7 chains here. To do a chain, I will yarn over and pull through the loop on the hook. So there we've made 1 chain. Make 6 more chains here so that we have a total of 7 chains. Now let's start working on our rounds. So in the second chain from the hook, so this is the first chain and this is the second chain from the hook. In this chain, I will be doing a total of 2 single crochets. So to do a single crochet, insert your hook inside the chain, yarn over and bring a loop. Now we have 2 loops on the hook, yarn over and pull through both the loops. This is 1 single crochet. Crochet another single crochet in the same chain. Now I will do 1 single crochet in the next 4 chains. So I will insert my hook in the next chain, work a single crochet, and I will do that 3 more times. Now we have 1 more chain over here. In this chain, I will work a total of 4 single crochets. So now the project would have turned over by itself, and now we'll continue working on the rounds on the other side of the chains. So I will do 1 single crochet in the next 4 chains over here. And I will do 2 single crochet in the next chain. So this marks the end of round 1, and this is how the project will look. I'm using a stitch marker to mark the last stitch of the round. This round will have a total of 16 single crochet. For this pattern, we will be working in rounds, and I'm not going to join at the end of each round unless I mention it. Now let's continue working on round 2. For round 2, we will be inserting a hook in the very first stitch that we made here. So I'm going to insert my hook in this stitch, and I will do 1 single crochet here. In the next stitch, I will work 3 single crochets. Now I will do 1 single crochet in the next 4 stitches. 3 single crochet in the next one, 1 single crochet in the next 2. Now we will be working on the other side of our chain over here. I will do 3 single crochet in the next stitch, 1 single crochet in the next 4, three single crochet in the next one, and now we are at the last stitch for the round. I will remove my stitch marker, crochet 1 single crochet here, and then to finish off this round I'm going to join with a slip stitch in my next stitch. To do so, I will insert my hook inside the stitch. I will yarn over, bring a loop through the stitch, and I will bring this loop through the loop on the hook. So there we have completed round 2, and this is how our project will look. I'm going to place a stitch marker in the slip stitch over here. Now let's work on round 3. For round 3, I'll start my pattern by doing a chain 1. This does not count as a stitch. Now I will work a single crochet in the back loop only of all the stitches. So normally when we are working on top of our stitch, we will insert our hook like this on the V of our stitches over here. But for this round, I will be inserting in the loop that is away from you, and this loop is called as the back loop. So I will insert my hook like this and work the stitches. So I will do 1 single crochet all the way around in the back loop only. This round will have a total of 24 single crochet. Because we are working on the back loop only, we have a little ridge over here. This is how the pattern will look at the end of round 3. We will not be joining with a slip stitch at the end of the round. So you can use a stitch marker to mark the last stitch of round 3. For rounds 4, 5 and 6, we will be working on the same pattern. The pattern is 1 single crochet in every stitch around. We will be working on both the loops for these 3 rounds. So when we begin working on round 4, remember we did a chain 1 over here, which does not count as a stitch. So make sure to skip that chain 1 and work your first single crochet on top of the very first stitch of round 3. So we will be working our single crochets like this all the way around, and I'll meet you once when I complete round 6. This is how our project will look at the end of round 6. This is the front of the bus, and this is the top side of the front portion of our bus. So now I'm going to put a pause to this project in order to crochet the windshield. For the windshield, I'm using a gray yarn here. You can use any color. You can use either gray or white. And we will be crocheting the windshield on top side over here. So I'm going to take my gray yarn and I will join this yarn with a slip stitch to the third stitch of the round over here. So I will skip 2 stitches from the last stitch over here, and in the third stitch I will insert my hook and I will join this gray yarn. I'm going to hold my yarn like this, and then I will yarn over and pull through the stitch. And then I'm going to yarn over and pull through the loop on the hook. Once when we do that, I'm going to grab the tail and pull it. And here we have joined our yarn with a slip stitch. So now in the same stitch over here, I'm going to do 1 single crochet. And I'm going to do a single crochet in the next 7 stitches over here. So we will not be working on the remaining stitches of round 6. We will be crocheting the windshield on top of our bus like this. And I'm going to call this row 7A. Now for row 7B, I'm going to do chain 1. This chain 1 does not count as a stitch, and then I'm going to turn my project over. Now we will be working on the wrong side of our row 7A. So I'm going to insert my hook in the same stitch and do a single crochet, and I will do a single crochet in the remaining 7 stitches over here. This round will have a total of 8 stitches, and I'm going to repeat this 7B row pattern 2 more times over here to make our windshield. So I will do chain 1, turn, a single crochet in the same stitch and a single crochet in the next 7 stitches. And this is 7D. After completing 4 rows in gray, I'm going to fasten off my yarn here. To do so, I'm going to leave a tail, trim the yarn over here. Next, I'm going to yarn over and pull through the loop on the hook all the way through and pull this tight. So there we have fastened off our gray yarn over here, and we have crocheted our windshield. Now let's continue working on the bus. So I'm going to take my yarn, insert my hook in this loop and make sure the tension on the hook is correct. And then we can start crocheting our bus. This is my round 8. For round 8, we will be crocheting on the 3 stitches of round 6 and on the windshield, and again on the round 6. So let's start this round over here. So I'm going to do a single crochet in the next 2 stitches over here. And on the stitch where we joined our windshield, I'm going to do a total of 3 single crochet on the side of our windshield over here. So I'm going to insert my hook on the stitch between the rows here, and I'm going to do 1 single crochet. And for the second single crochet, I'm going to insert it in between 7B and C. And for the third single crochet, I'm going to insert it between 7C and D. Now I will be at the top corner over here. At this point, I will do 3 single crochets. So now we are at the top of our windshield over here. I will do a half double crochet in the next 6 stitches over here. To do a half double crochet, I will yarn over, insert my hook inside the stitch, yarn over and bring a loop. We have a total of 3 loops on the hook. I will yarn over and pull through all 3 loops at once. This is half double crochet and it is slightly taller than the single crochet. I will do half double crochet in the next 5 stitches on top of our windshield. Now we will be at the corner of our windshield over here. I will do 3 single crochet in this stitch. And now we will be at the sides here. I will do a single crochet between round 7D and C. I will do another single crochet between 7B and C and another between 7A and B. And I will do a single crochet in the stitch on the round 6 where we worked our windshield. And now I will do 1 single crochet in the remaining stitches of the round 6. This is how the project will look at the end of round 8. Now let's work on round 9. For this round, I will do a single crochet in the next 3 stitches. followed by 1 single crochet in the back loop only of the next 18 stitches. So we will be working on the back loop only till the end of our windshield over here. Now I will be working a single crochet on both the loops in the remaining 15 stitches over here. This round will also have a total of 36 single crochet. Now from round 10 onwards, we will be crocheting the windows and door directly onto our bus over here. So we will be doing this by working on 2 different colors, that is yellow for the bus and gray for the windows and doors. So to start off round 10, I will do a single crochet in the next 3 stitches, and on the 4th stitch we will be using gray yarn. And I'm going to change my yarn to gray when I'm working the 3rd single crochet over here. So I will start the stitch like how I would normally do. I will insert my hook, I will yarn over and bring a loop. We will have 2 loops on the hook. Instead of yarning over and pulling through with a yellow yarn, I'm going to take my gray yarn and I'm going to place it on top of our project like this, and I will yarn over and pull through both the loops with the gray yarn. So this is how I will be changing my color. There are other different methods as well, and you can use your most preferred method. And once when we change the color of the yarn, I'm going to grab both the tails, that is the yellow tail and the gray tail, and I'm going to pull it tight. And I will continue working with the gray yarn. So I will do 4 single crochets with the gray yarn. So I'm going to do 1 single crochet in the next 3 stitches, and I will start my 4th single crochet with the gray yarn, and then I'm going to drop the gray yarn and I'm going to change my color back to yellow. So I'm going to grab my yellow yarn, I'm going to yarn over and pull through the loop on the hook like this, and once when we do that, I'm going to grab gray tail and pull it tight. And this is how the inside of our project will look. We will have yellow yarn on the inside. Because this is an amigurumi project, I'm going to not weave in while we are working on the different colors of the round. We can just continue working like this. So now I'm going to drop the gray yarn and I'm going to continue working with the yellow yarn. I will do 1 single crochet in the next 10 stitches over here. So when I'm working my 10th stitch over here, I will start my stitch like how I would normally do, and once when I have 2 loops on the hook, I'll drop the yellow yarn and I'm going to grab the gray yarn over here. So make sure there's enough gray yarn over here on the inside of our project, and once when you do that, you can yarn over and pull through the loop on the hook. Sometimes when you leave little yarn, our project will get crooked, so make sure you leave the correct amount of yarn over here on the inside of our project when you're changing the colors. Now I will do 1 single crochet in the next 9 stitches in gray. And in the 9th stitch, I will be changing my color back to yellow. So I'm going to drop my gray yarn and I'm going to use my yellow yarn over here, and I'm going to yarn over and pull through. And this is how the inside of our project will look. If you are very comfortable with carrying over the yarns as you work on the stitches, you can do so. Since this tutorial is beginner friendly, I'm showing you the easiest method over here. So one tip is to make sure you leave enough yarn over here so our project does not lose its shape. I will continue working the remaining stitches with yellow yarn over here. So I will do one single crochet in the next 10 stitches in yellow yarn. And this is how our project will look. Now I will be repeating this round 10 pattern 2 more times over here, that for round 11 and 12. The pattern is a single crochet in the next 3 stitches in yellow, followed by a single crochet for the next 4 stitches in gray, followed by a single crochet in the next 10 stitches in yellow, a single crochet in the next 9 stitches in gray, and a single crochet in the remaining 10 stitches in yellow. So I will be repeating this 2 more times, and I will meet you once when I complete round 12. This is how the project will look at the end of round 12. We have a window on one side and door on the other side, and this is how the inside of my project looks. Now let's start working on round 13. For this round, I will do one single crochet all the way around in yellow. For the next round, we will be crocheting windows on both the sides of our bus over here. So we will be working on the color changes as well. I will do a single crochet with yellow in the next 3 stitches. And on the 3rd stitch, I will be changing my color back to gray. And I will do a single crochet in the next 4 stitches with gray. And at the 4th stitch, I will be changing my color back to yellow. And I will do a single crochet in the next 10 stitches with yellow. And on the 10th stitch over here, I will be changing my color to gray. And I will do a single crochet in the next 4 stitches with gray. And on the 4th stitch, I'm going to change my color back to yellow. Now I will work the remaining stitches with yellow over here. This would be 15 stitches in yellow. This is how the project will look at the end of round 14. I will be repeating this round 14 pattern for round 15 and 16, and I will meet you once when I complete round 16. And this is how the project will look at the end of round 16. For round 17, I will do a single crochet all the way around with yellow. This is how the project will look after completing round 17. And this is the inside of our project. At this point, if you would prefer to stuff your project, you can do so with polyester fiber fill. If you are leaving your thread like this on the inside of the project, make sure to stuff it accordingly and also form the shape of the top of our bust when you do so at this point. So now I will be repeating the 4 rounds, that is rounds 14 through 17, 3 more times over here, and I will meet you once when I complete round 29. This is how the bust looks at the end of round 29, and I have stuffed it halfway through with polyester fiber fill. Now let us stuff the remaining with the polyester fiber fill. To do so, take the polyester fiber fill and break it apart into smaller pieces. This would allow you to shape the bust properly without having little bulky spots here and there. So once when you break it apart like this, you can stuff it in the bust. And you can adjust the shape. Now let's crochet round 30. We will begin closing the back of the bust over here, and for this round we will be working in the back loops only of all the stitches. So I will do a single crochet in the next 6 stitches in the back loop only. Followed by a single crochet 3 together in the back loops only. To do so, I will insert my hook in the next stitch, yarn over and bring a loop. Now we have 2 loops on the hook. I'll insert my hook in the next stitch. I will yarn over and bring a loop again. Now we have 3 loops on the hook. Now I will insert my hook in the next stitch. I will yarn over and bring a loop. Now we have a total of 4 loops on the hook. We have worked 3 stitches in the bottom over here. Now I will yarn over and pull through all the 4 loops at once. So this is called as the single crochet 3 together. We have taken 3 stitches in the bottom and completed it as 1 stitch. Now I will do a single crochet in the next 6 stitches in the back loops only. And also I'm going to place a stitch marker on the single crochet 3 together over here. Now I will do a single crochet 3 together one more time in the back loops only over here. This forms the other top corner of our bust. Now I will do a single crochet in the next 7 stitches in the back loops only. Followed by a single crochet 2 together or a single crochet decrease here. To do so, I will insert my hook in the next stitch in the back loop only, and I will yarn over and bring a loop. Now I will insert my hook in the next stitch in the back loop only, and then I will yarn over and bring a loop. Now we have a total of 3 loops on the hook. I will yarn over and pull through all 3 loops at once. This stitch is called as the single crochet 2 together or a decrease. We would have taken 2 stitches in the bottom and completed it as 1 stitch. Now I will work a single crochet in the next 6 stitches in the back loops only. Followed by a single crochet 2 together in the back loops only. And a single crochet in the back loop only in the last stitch. This round 30 will have a total of 30 stitches. Now we can put a pause to our project over here and we can begin crocheting our back windshield. We will be crocheting the windshield directly onto our round 30 over here at the top side. So we will be joining the gray yarn with a slip stitch to the marked stitch. That is the single crochet 3 together. So I will insert my hook in the stitch and I will bring my gray yarn and then I will yarn over and bring a loop. And then I will yarn over and pull through. So there I have joined my gray yarn with a slip stitch over here. Now I will do a single crochet in the same stitch. and a single crochet in the next 7 stitches of round 30, and we will be working on both the loops. This forms the row 31A of the back windshield. Row 31A will have a total of 8 single crochet. Now I will do a single crochet in the next stitch of round 30. This will be my row 31B. And then I will turn my work over. Now we will be working on the wrong side of row 31A. I will skip the next stitch over here, and then I will do a single crochet in the next 6 stitches. So skip this stitch and work a total of 6 single crochets here. And I will skip the next single crochet, and I will do a slip stitch in the 6th stitch of row 30. That is the next stitch over here. So I will insert my hook in this stitch and I will do a slip stitch. This is my row 31B. Now I will work on row 31C. So I will do a single crochet in the next stitch. That is the 5th stitch of row 30, and then I will turn my work over. Now I will skip the slip stitch and I will do a single crochet in the next 6 stitches of the windshield. And I will skip the single crochet over here, and then I will do a slip stitch in the next stitch of round 30. At this time we can fasten off our yarn over here. There we have crocheted the back windshield. Now let's continue working on our project over here. So I'm going to insert my hook back in this loop, and we can begin working on our round 32. For this round we will be working on both the loops over here. So I will do a single crochet 2 together first, followed by a single crochet in the next stitch, and then a single crochet 3 together. I will insert in this stitch and in the stitch where we have joined with our gray yarn, and then in the next stitch of the windshield. Now we will be crocheting on top of our windshield over here. I will do a single crochet in the next 4 stitches, followed by a single crochet 3 together in this corner. So I will insert my hook in the single crochet of the windshield, in the stitch where we have joined with a slip stitch, and in the next stitch of the round 30, and then I will complete the stitch, followed by a single crochet in the next stitch, a single crochet 2 together, a single crochet, a single crochet 2 together, a single crochet in the next 4 stitches, a single crochet 2 together, and a single crochet in the last stitch. And this is how the project will look. At this point you can stuff the bus with polyester fiber fill. Make sure to adjust the shape of the bus and stuff accordingly. Now for the last round of the bus, which is round 33, I will do a single crochet 2 together twice, followed by single crochet in the next 4 stitches, a single crochet 2 together twice, and I will be changing my yarn to gray one last time over here. So I will change the color in this stitch. And we can fasten off our yellow yarn at this point. Now let's continue working over here. I will do a half double crochet, 2 together once. To do so, I will yarn over, insert my hook inside the next stitch, yarn over and bring a loop. Now I have 3 loops on the hook. Now I will yarn over again and insert my hook inside the next stitch. I will yarn over and bring a loop. Now we have a total of 5 loops on the hook. We have taken 2 stitches in the bottom. Now I will yarn over and pull through all 5 loops at once. This is called as the half double crochet 2 together or a half double crochet decrease, and a project looks like this. Now I will do a half double crochet in the next 2 stitches. And I will do a half double crochet 2 together over here. Now I will do a slip stitch in the next stitch, and we can fasten off over here, leaving a long tail. This is how the project looks. Now we can put all the tails inside of the project, and you can stuff your project with polyester fiber fill if you have not filled in all the spaces. Now let us see how to close this opening. To do so, I'm going to take a yarn needle and thread the gray tail in it. I will be sewing the 4 single crochet stitches of yellow with the 4 stitches of gray over here. So we have 2 more stitches on both the sides. I will just insert my needle like this, and then I will begin sewing. And this is how the back side of our bust looks. Once when we have closed this, we can weave in the tail. To weave the tail in for any amigurumi, all you have to do is insert your needle next to the last stitch over here and bring the needle through the stuffing on the inside of the project, and you can pull it out in any random spot. Do not pull it too tight, as we do not want our project to lose its shape. So once when you have yarn on the other side, you can trim it off over here. This is the completed bust. Now let us crochet the stop sign. I am taking my red yarn here along with a 3.5 mm crochet hook. I will start my pattern by doing a magic circle. To do a magic circle, wrap the yarn around your 2 fingers and cross it over at the point where the yarn meets. Next, pinch at this point and take this little loop out. Now insert your hook inside the loop, yarn over and bring a loop. This yarn is from the skein end. Now hold everything in place and then yarn over and bring the loop. This forms a knot over here, and this circle is called as the magic circle. This ring is adjustable, and we will be working our stitches on these 2 strands of yarn over here. Now let's start working on the stop sign. So I will be doing a single crochet, chain 1 6 times inside this magic circle. This is my single crochet and chain 1, and I will do that 5 more times here. And once when you complete it for a total of 6 times, hold the stitches in one hand and grab the magic circle tail in the other and pull the tail slowly. See how the magic circle opening is getting smaller and smaller, and when you pull it, it closes completely. Once when you have something like this, join on top of the very first single crochet with a slip stitch. And now we can fasten off our red yarn over here with a long tail. We can weave in this magic circle tail, And this tail is used for sewing the stop sign onto our bus. Make sure to crochet one more stop sign. Now let us crochet the wheels. I'm taking my black yarn here and a 3.5 mm crochet hook. I'll start my round one by doing a magic circle and 6 single crochet inside the ring. Now close the magic circle opening and we have a little circle over here. Now let's start working on round 2. For this round I will work 2 single crochet in every stitch around. So I will insert my hook inside the very first stitch over here and I will do 2 single crochet in the same stitch. And I will do 2 single crochet in every stitch around. This round will have a total of 12 single crochet. Now I will join with a slip stitch in my next stitch and I can fasten off over here. Make another little circle with the same color and we would need 2 such pieces for one wheel. So I'm going to take my 2 black pieces and place the wrong sides together. The wrong side is the side where we have the magic circle tail. So I'm going to place both of these together and we will be working one more round with yellow. To do so, I will insert my hook in the back loop only of the wheel that is towards you and in both the loops of the next piece. And then I will join my yellow yarn with a slip stitch here. For this round, we will be working on the back loop only of one piece and in both the loops of the piece that is behind you. So I will do a single crochet 6 times over here. And I will do a slip stitch in the next stitch. And we can fasten off our yellow yarn over here. Make sure to leave a long tail because we will be using this tail to sew the wheels onto the bus. This is the right side of our wheel and this is the back side of our wheel. Now we have some stitches remaining in this little piece of circle over here. Let us close this off. To do so, I'm going to grab all the tails and I'm going to push it to the inside of our project. This will act like our little stuffing. I'm going to take one black tail and I'm going to thread it in a yarn needle. Now I will sew these 2 pieces together by using the back loops only of the stitches in both the pieces. And then we can weave in this tail. This is how the wheel will look. This is the wrong side and this is the right side. Make sure to crochet 3 more pieces like this. Now let us crochet the bumper. I'm using my black yarn here and a 4.5 mm crochet hook. Let's start the pattern by doing chain 11. So I'll do a slip knot here followed by 11 chains. And let's work our stitches on these chains. So in the second chain from the hook, I will do a single crochet and I will do a single crochet in the remaining 9 chains. Once when you complete the chains, we can leave a long tail and fasten off over here. We will be using this tail to sew the bumper, so make sure the tail is long enough. So this is one bumper. Make sure to crochet one more. Now let us crochet the grill. I'm using my gray yarn here and a 4.5 mm crochet hook. I'll start my pattern by doing a slip knot followed by 5 chains. Now in the third chain from the hook, this is the first chain, this is the second chain, and this is the third chain. In here I will do 1/2 double crochet, and I will do a 1/2 double crochet in the next 2 chains. This is our grill. Now we can fasten off our project over here. Make sure to leave a long tail. We will use this tail to sew the grill. Here I have crocheted all the parts for our bus. I have the bus, 2 stop signs, 2 bumpers, 4 wheels, and a grill. Now let us see how to assemble them. First, let us attach the bumpers to the front and the back of the bus. So I will be attaching the bumper at the bottom of the front side of the bus like this. So take your bumper, thread the long tail in a yarn needle and position it like this. And then you can begin sewing it. And once when you finish attaching it, we can weave in the tails. In the same manner, attach the bumper to the back of our bus. The next step in the assembly is to attach the grill. You can take the grill, place the right side to the front and sew it at the center of our bus like this. I will meet you once when I sew it in place. The next step of the assembly is to sew one side of the stop sign below the windows at this point, in front of the first window, and in between the 4th and 5th window over here. We want our stop sign to be fixed to our bus like this so that we can move it around. Once when you finish attaching this, you can weave in the tail. But since this tail is longer, I'm going to use this tail to embroider the lights on top of our bus like this. So I'm going to insert my needle next to the stitch over here and bring it to the top of our bus. And I will embroider the light at this point. And I'm going to embroider the light on the other side of the bus as well. So I will bring my needle through the inside of our project to this point. And I will embroider the light here. And I will weave in the other tail as well, and I will sew this stop sign between the 4th and 5th windows, and I will meet you once when I do that. This is the bus after attaching the stop signs. Now let us sew the wheels to the bottom of our bus. So I'm going to take my wheel and thread the tail in a yarn needle, and I will position this wheel in the front portion of our bus like this. The yellow semicircle should be on top of the wheel and the bottom of our wheel should be like this. And I will sew along the yellow portion to our bus. Here I have attached one wheel and this is how it will look at the bottom. In the same manner, I will attach the back wheel between these two windows at this point. This is how the bus looks after attaching all 4 wheels. The next step is to embroider the lights. So you can embroider red and orange lights in the back like this, and at the front we will be embroidering white lights. So take a white yarn and thread it in a yarn needle, and then we can begin embroidering the lights. The last step of the assembly is to embroider the details using a black embroidery thread and needle. I will be embroidering lines below the windows on either side of the bus. I will be embroidering it one row under the windows, and I will leave another row, and then I will be embroidering another line below that. I will be doing that on both the sides, and then I will be embroidering the wipers on the front of the bus. Lastly, I will be embroidering the line on top of the bus. This is how the bus will look after finishing all the details. And when you crochet the same pattern with a bigger yarn, you will get a bigger bus. I hope you enjoy crocheting this along with me. Please show your support by subscribing to my channel. Thank you for watching.